Have you ever sat at your kitchen table in the morning, coffee in hand, soft light coming through the window, and thought to yourself, this is my moment. This is how I begin my day. But what if the very thing you're starting your day with, your breakfast, is quietly working against you? Not in loud, obvious ways, but in quiet ones. The kind that slowly raise your blood pressure, that drain your energy by noon, that make your knees ache just a little more than yesterday. We don't say this to scare you. We say it because we care. Because we've seen too many older adults, strong, wise, full of life, held back by one simple truth. No one ever told them that their breakfast could be hurting them. In this video, we're going to gently lift the curtain. We'll show you 3 common breakfast foods that might be part of your daily routine and explain how they affect your body, your brain, your heart. But more importantly, we'll show you better options. Small, loving changes that can bring back your strength, your energy, your sense of control. Because the first thing you eat each day isn't just fuel, it's a message. And today, that message can be one of healing, not harm. Stay with us. Your health deserves this moment. 1. Processed breakfast foods. Let us tell you about Robert. Robert is 72, independent, sharp, proud of keeping a steady routine. Every morning for 5 years straight, his breakfast never changed. 1 packet of instant oatmeal and a store-bought pastry. It was quick, it was easy, and to him, it felt like a smart choice. No pots, no mess, no fuss, just food that filled the gap. But then came a checkup that shook him. His doctor showed him the numbers: dangerously high blood pressure, cholesterol through the roof, early signs of kidney trouble. Robert was confused. All he had done was stick to the same breakfast, the one he trusted. So what went wrong? Here's the truth. Many processed breakfast foods are hiding ingredients that can quietly, silently damage your health. Instant oats with flavorings, frozen waffles, sweet granola bars. They may seem harmless, but they're packed with sodium, preservatives, and hidden sugars. Just 1 packet of flavored oatmeal can carry over 200 milligrams of salt. That's a lot, especially for a small meal. And if your kidneys aren't working like they did at 40, that salt doesn't just leave your system, it stays, and it builds. Now think about frozen waffles. They might look innocent, even fun, but inside, preservatives that increase inflammation. And inflammation, especially with age, is tied to joint pain, heart problems, memory loss. Dr. Williams, a senior nutrition expert, said it best. Processed breakfasts are convenient, but they're costing older adults their health. And we've seen it too many times. People like Robert, people who never realized their breakfast was setting them back, day after day. But now, you know, and that gives you power. You have the power to choose better, to protect your heart, your kidneys, your independence, just by starting the day a little differently. So now we ask you, have you ever eaten instant oatmeal or frozen waffles for breakfast? What's your go-to morning meal? Tell us in the comments. Your story could help someone else make a healthier choice. 2. Refined sugars. Now let's talk about sugar. It's sweet, it's comforting, and for many older adults, it feels like a harmless morning pleasure. A glass of orange juice, a flavored yogurt, maybe a fruit Danish. What could possibly be wrong with that? Ask Linda. Linda is 70. She believed she was making healthy choices. Every morning, she had what she called her energizing trio: a tall glass of orange juice, a small cup of fruit-flavored yogurt, and her favorite, a flaky pastry filled with fruit. It felt balanced. There was dairy, there was fruit, a little indulgence, nothing extreme. But then, at a routine checkup, Linda got news she didn't expect. She had type 2 diabetes. I was shocked, she told us. I thought I was doing everything right. I didn't realize how much sugar I was actually taking in. Her doctor gently explained a hard truth. Refined sugar, especially after 60, can turn from a treat into a threat. As we age, our body's ability to process sugar slows down. The pancreas doesn't produce insulin like it used to. So when we drink juice or eat sweetened foods, blood sugar spikes quickly and then crashes just as fast. And here's the dangerous cycle. When your blood sugar crashes, you feel tired, shaky, irritable. And what do many people do next? They reach for more sugar, unknowingly repeating the same harmful loop. Dr. Williams shares this with his patients often. Some breakfast foods, even healthy ones, contain more sugar than a candy bar. Flavored yogurts, often loaded with hidden sugars. Heart-healthy cereals, they can have more sugar per serving than a cookie. Orange juice, packed with concentrated sugar and no fiber to slow it down. It's easy to be fooled by labels, and older adults were especially vulnerable because we trust what's familiar. But the truth is, these sugary foods can quietly raise your risk of diabetes, heart disease, and memory loss. Linda didn't know. Now she does, and she's made changes. No more fruit-flavored yogurts, no more juice. She switched to plain yogurt with fresh berries. She drinks water or herbal tea instead, and she feels better, more stable, more clear-headed, more in control. So let us ask you, have you ever been surprised by how much sugar was hiding in your breakfast? Let us know in the comments. You might just help someone catch it before it's too late. 3. Saturated fats. Now let's talk about something that feels nostalgic. A classic American breakfast, crispy bacon, fluffy scrambled eggs, buttery toast, maybe a sausage link or two. It smells like comfort, like home, like tradition. But for someone over 60, this comforting meal can quietly become a health hazard. Meet David. He's 75, a retired firefighter, a man who always believed in starting the day with a real breakfast. Something hearty, he'd say. His usual plate? 2 fried eggs, 3 strips of bacon, and golden buttered toast. He thought he was fueling his day. What he didn't realize was that this breakfast was slowly wearing down his heart. At a routine visit, David's doctor noticed something alarming. Cholesterol levels, sky high, blood pressure creeping up, and David, exhausted. "I thought I was just getting older," he said, "but I didn't know my breakfast was part of the problem." Here's the truth. Traditional breakfast foods are often loaded with saturated fats, the kind that raise your LDL, the bad cholesterol. What's the risk? When saturated fats build up in your bloodstream, they form plaque. That plaque narrows your arteries, slows blood flow, and increases your risk of heart attack or stroke. And after 60, your body can't handle fat the way it used to. Your metabolism slows, your arteries stiffen, your heart works harder with every greasy bite. Even worse, high-fat breakfasts take longer to digest. Instead of giving you energy, they steal it, leaving you sluggish, heavy, and drained by midday. Dr. Williams sees this again and again. He says many seniors feel tired, not because they're aging, but because their bodies are working overtime to digest the wrong kind of breakfast. And let's not forget inflammation. Saturated fats increase it, which means more joint pain, slower healing, and a greater risk for chronic disease. Take Martha. She's 68. She loved starting her day with a warm, buttery croissant. It felt lighter than bacon, she said. But when she learned, one croissant can carry as much saturated fat as 4 strips of bacon, her eyes opened wide. She didn't feel guilty. She felt empowered. Because now, she had the choice. And so do you. We're not saying you have to give up everything you love, but maybe, just maybe, it's time to rethink what comfort food really means. So now we ask you, have you ever been surprised by how much fat is hiding in your breakfast? Drop us a comment. And if you've already made a change, tell us what's worked for you. Your tip could make someone else's morning a whole lot better. Healthy marketing. Let's talk about something tricky, something many of us don't even notice. Marketing. Walk down any grocery store aisle, and you'll see it. Bold, colorful labels that say, heart healthy, low fat, perfect for seniors, boosts energy, extra vitamins. Sounds great, doesn't it? But the truth is, these claims can be misleading. In fact, some of the most dangerous breakfast foods for older adults are the ones that look healthy. Let us explain. More and more companies are targeting seniors. They're creating special breakfast products, granola bars, protein drinks, cereals, all designed to sound nutritious. But when you flip the box over and really read the label, what you often find is a very different story. Added sugars, refined grains, artificial flavors, chemical preservatives, and yes, more sodium and saturated fat than you'd ever expect. Dr. Williams calls it health washing. He says a label can say whole grain and still be 80% sugar. It can say fortified with vitamins and still harm your kidneys, your heart, and your blood pressure. Take this example, a breakfast bar marketed as Senior Smart. The front says it has fiber and B vitamins. But look closely. It also contains 5 different forms of sugar and more preservatives than nutrients. Or a yogurt drink that says supports active aging. It might help you feel good emotionally, but physically, it spikes your blood sugar and stresses your digestion. We're not saying you have to throw everything out, but we are saying this. Don't trust the front of the box. Read deeper, flip it over, learn what's really inside. Because your body, it isn't a billboard. It knows the truth. And if something is processed, sugary, or chemically preserved, no marketing label can make it safe. Now more than ever, we need to listen. Listen to how our body feels after we eat. To the tiredness, the bloating, the brain fog. That's your voice. That's your wisdom. And it deserves your love. You don't need to chase every trend. You don't need to follow every diet. But you do need to care. You need to ask, is this food truly supporting me or just selling to me? Because every bite is not just food. It's a reflection of how much we value ourselves, and we believe you deserve the very best. So now we ask you, have you ever bought a healthy breakfast item only to later realize it wasn't so healthy after all? Share your story in the comments. Let's help each other. Wake up wiser, one choice at a time. After 60, a changing body. Something happens after 60. It's not sudden. It doesn't come with a warning, but it changes everything, especially the way your body processes food. Your digestion slows, your kidneys become more sensitive, your pancreas produces less insulin, and your metabolism, the system that once ran like a well-oiled machine, begins to idle. That's not weakness. That's biology. That's aging. But aging, as we've said before, isn't the enemy. Not listening to your body is. See, what used to work for you in your 40s might now work against you in your 70s. Heavy breakfasts, sugar-laced yogurts, sodium-packed quick meals. Your younger body could power through those without a fuss. But now, every bite matters more. Dr. Williams explains it like this. After 60, your body becomes less forgiving. What you eat shows up in how you feel, and it shows up fast. Have you ever eaten a big breakfast and felt sluggish the rest of the day? That's not just food coma. That's your system struggling to digest. Have you ever had heartburn after eating cereal that says light and healthy? That's not coincidence. That's your gut, reacting to additives and hidden acids. These aren't just annoyances, they're signals. Your body is speaking. The question is, are you listening? This stage of life isn't just about avoiding illness. It's about protecting vitality, protecting clarity, protecting freedom. And the beautiful truth is, you can do that. Meal by meal, you can support your digestion with fiber-rich foods. You can ease inflammation with good fats. You can boost steady energy with protein. Small steps, big difference. So next time you choose breakfast, ask yourself, will this meal help me feel lighter, more clear-headed, more stable? Because food isn't just fuel, it's feedback. And you deserve to feel strong, not just exist. You deserve to feel good. And that all starts with knowing what your body needs now, not what it needed decades ago. So tell us, have you noticed any changes in how food affects your energy or digestion after turning 60? Drop a comment. Your experience matters more than you think. And someone out there needs to hear that they're not alone. Some lessons in life come gently. Others, they arrive like a jolt. For Martha, the wake-up call didn't come from a headline or a health article. It came from her knees and a sudden wave of exhaustion she couldn't explain. She's 68, lively, witty, the kind of woman who always started her day with something nice, a buttery croissant, a fruit Danish, sometimes just coffee and cream. It felt light, it felt lovely, she said. But then came the swelling, the brain fog, the afternoons that disappeared into naps. Her doctor ran tests, looked over her numbers, and told her something she didn't expect. It's your breakfast, he said. It's been slowing you down for years. Martha was stunned. How could something that gave her comfort be causing her harm? But deep down, she already knew. She just hadn't stopped to look. And that's the moment that hits so many of us. We think we're doing okay. We chalk up the fatigue, the joint pain, the cloudy thinking to just getting older. But often, it's not age, it's accumulation of habits, of food choices, of ignoring the signs. This realization can feel painful, even embarrassing. But let us tell you something important. It is never too late to change. Your body is still listening, still adapting, still ready to respond to better care, better fuel, better attention. Martha didn't just change her breakfast, she changed how she saw herself. I realized I was worth the extra 5 minutes, she told us. I was worth feeding with love, not convenience. And that shift, that's where real health begins. Not with fear, not with guilt, but with one powerful thought. I deserve better. and you do. You deserve mornings that lift you, not weigh you down. You deserve a body that feels cared for, and you deserve to know that every step you take now still matters. So let us ask you, was there ever a moment when your body told you something had to change? Share your story below, because your turning point might be the reason someone else finds theirs. So, what now? You've heard the risks. You've seen how even small breakfast habits can slowly chip away at your energy, your strength, your independence. But here's the good news. You're not stuck. You never were. There's a better way, and it doesn't involve fad diets or hours in the kitchen. It starts with simple swaps, made with love. Let's walk through them together. Instead of flavored instant oatmeal, full of sugar and preservatives, try steel-cut oats, cooked with cinnamon, and a few fresh berries. The fiber helps stabilize blood sugar, and the natural sweetness, just enough to satisfy. Instead of frozen waffles or sugary cereals, reach for whole grain toast with a drizzle of nut butter, or a soft boiled egg with avocado. You'll get lasting energy without the crash. Instead of fruit-flavored yogurt, enjoy plain Greek yogurt with ground flaxseed and chopped walnuts. You're feeding your gut, your brain, your heart, all in one bowl. Instead of orange juice, try a glass of lemon water or warm herbal tea. You stay hydrated without flooding your body with hidden sugars. Instead of bacon or sausage every morning, choose smoked salmon or a handful of almonds. Healthy fats can ease inflammation and still taste amazing. And if mornings feel rushed, prep the night before. Overnight oats, hard-boiled eggs, fruit that's already sliced, ready when you are. But here's something even more important. Let's stop obsessing over what to avoid and start asking, what do I need today to feel strong, to think clearly, to love myself better? What does your heart need? What does your vision need? What does your mind and mood need to feel calm, alert, and at peace? These aren't selfish questions. They're healing ones, because the goal isn't fear, it's freedom. Not guilt, but grace. Not punishment, but nourishment. The food you choose each morning doesn't just feed your body, it feeds your day, your confidence, your clarity, your calm. This is about reclaiming your power. One fork, one cup, one breath at a time. So we ask you now, what's one breakfast swap you're willing to try this week? Comment below, and if you already have a healthy go-to, share it. Your idea could light the way for someone else. We've covered a lot today. We've looked at the quiet ways breakfast can either build you up or slowly wear you down. We've seen how processed foods, sugars, heavy fats, though familiar, can hold back your energy, your clarity, your strength. And more importantly, we've seen that you are not powerless. Because every single day, you have a new choice. You can choose to wake up, not just from sleep, but from habits that no longer serve you. You can choose to ask your body, what do you really need today? Not out of fear, but out of respect, out of love. You can choose foods that help your heart beat easier, that keep your joints moving, that protect your vision, your brain, your independence. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need a kinder one. And it starts with listening, really listening, to your body, to its rhythms, to its needs, to the wisdom it's been trying to share with you all along. Because the truth is, your body hasn't given up on you, and we won't either. You've made it this far, not by luck, but by courage. Now, let's keep going, with clarity, with grace, with better mornings. If something in this video spoke to you today, let us know. Type 1 in the comments if you're ready to make one small change. Type 2 if you want more support, more ideas, more encouragement. Because this isn't just about breakfast. It's about how you show up for yourself, every morning, from now on. We're with you, and we believe in the strength still waiting inside you. Thank you for watching, and thank you for caring for your heart, because it deserves nothing less.